Ladies, are you excited? The company announced the feminist-forward candy wrappers on Thursday, according to Fox 7 Austin, saying it will exclusively display M&M's female characters, the green, brown, and most recently introduced purple M&M. In addition to featuring the 3 female M&Ms on the wrapper, each package in the limited run will only include the corresponding green, brown, and purple candy-coated chocolates. The package will feature the female M&Ms flipped upside down to represent how women are flipping how they define success. Wow, they're upside down also because women are flipping how they define success. The series will come in milk chocolate, peanut, and peanut butter varieties. Oh, I was getting afraid there. I'm glad that at least some of these M&Ms will have nuts to represent the transgender community. So you have to...
Oh, God, you're so funny. So funny. No, man, it's just candy, dog. What the fuck's wrong with you? It's just candy.
To ensure that some of the M&Ms are actual trans women. We wouldn't want these to be cisgender M&Ms. So good news, some of the female M&Ms will in fact have nuts. The move is the latest in a series of marketing moves M&M's has made to promote inclusivity. Its previous announcements involved the introduction of the purple female M&M, who represents body positivity and self-acceptance. Well, I'm sure M&M would love people to accept body positivity because you eat enough of them and you get fat. That is what they are. They are a candy. Early in 2022, Mars announced it would alter its mascots to reflect the more dynamic, progressive world we live in, saying the refreshed M&M's brand will include a more modern take on the looks of our beloved characters. So that's exciting. Mars Wrigley North America Chief Marketing Officer Gabrielle Wesley explained the move. Quote, women all over the world are flipping how they define success and happiness while challenging the status quo. So we are thrilled to be able to recognize and celebrate them. And who better to help us on that mission than our own powerhouse spokes candies, green, brown, and purple. Ah, so moving, so incredible, so unbelievably stupid. So women, do you feel represented now? Because
I am fundamentally on the same side. If Ben Shapiro's argument is that this is just another transparent appeal to woke marketing or whatever the fuck, it's nonsensical, it's stupid. But the problem is he takes it one step further and he makes it seem like it's actually serious. Oh man, all the liberals are actually going crazy over this. Where it's not that, no one gives a fuck. And then of course, everyone on the other side, people like myself, are going to look to Ben Shapiro and most likely Tucker Carlson, if he covers this, and say, you guys are fucking stupid. You're so stupid. You're so dumb for caring about this. What's wrong with you? Get better fucking content, dog. Okay? And then the cycle fucking continues, It's so dumb. For real, what do Ben do all day if these dumb bullshit stories didn't exist? He would just make up more math equations for politics or something? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look. We already know. We already know what kind of status quo they have flipped for women in general, okay? For far too long, children have not been able to work in the workforce, okay? There was a pesky little thing. There was a revolution or whatever, right? Oh my God. And, there was a thing called labor rights, okay? And a lot of people fought for the abolition of child slavery. And honestly, for me, here at Mars, Nestle, and Hershey, I believe that child slavery is a fundamental plank of childhood development. The children yearn for the minds, if you will, okay? And here at Mars Nestle Co., okay, Mars Nestle and Hershey Co., we do things differently. We like to flip the script. We like to bring back old, antiquated methods of industrial production in the form of child slavery. Now, of course, fear not, we are not directly responsible for this, and the Supreme Court in the United States will not find us liable or complicit in child slavery. Because why? Well, we have a brilliant strategy of using third-party contractors. Now, famously, if we use third-party contractors who are also engaging in child slavery, then it's not our fault. Do you understand? It's not our fault, technically, because we didn't do it. It was a third party. You can't say that we are liable. Okay? this is how it works. Aren't we just subcontracting child slavery? Exactly. Okay? Exactly. And guess what? If America wanted to be the true industrial leader, maybe we would get our children to fucking work. Okay? That's right. Oh, wait, they did that in Hyundai, in a Hyundai factory, as a matter of fact, in Alabama, where 11 and 12-year-olds were found to be working in the factory. So we do actually still do child slavery here in the United States of America as well. It's just not as commonplace. So what do I have to say to that? I say, let's get those fucking children back to work, baby. Let's do it.
Because of the green, purple, and brown M&Ms on the M&M package that you're guzzling down lonely in your apartment with your wine and your cat. How's that?
Wasn't that a temp agency or something, though? Not much better, I guess. No, that's what I mean. They like look the other way, so they have a level of like distance from the utilization of child slavery or child labor in general, and that's how they do it. Okay. Oh yeah, it was child workers were found throughout the Hyundai Kia supply chain in Alabama. 4 of the major suppliers, according to the federal authorities' investigation that was conducted. There was a 14-year-old Guatemalan girl that worked this May assembling auto body components. Yeah. At plants owned by Korean auto part makers Asian Industrial Co. in the East Alabama town of Caseta, a former production engineer told Reuters he worked with at least 10 minors, and 6 other ex-employees of Asian said they too worked alongside multiple underage laborers. In the 2 separate statements sent by the same public relations firm, Huashin and Agent said their policies forbid the hiring of any worker not of legally employable age. Using identical language, both companies said they hadn't, to the best of our knowledge, hired underage workers. The children yearn for the factory floor at the Hyundai assembly facilities, okay? Average Hyundai employee. Yeah. Relevant Northern Lion clip.
Being a kid was easy in hindsight, but I was stressed out at the time. I think that's fair. And that's like basically the reason for my worldview, that we should give kids jobs. Like we should have life structured in such a way that it works in reverse. It should start really hard, like child physical labor, and like dangerous stuff too, like Alaskan crab fishing and like going into the coal mines and stuff. And then maybe when you're like 12, then you can have like a 9-to-5 office job.
Yeah. I have no issue with this.
Being a kid was easy in hindsight, but I was stressed out at the time. I think that's...
Yeah. If child labor was more widespread in the global north, HQ would have the same sub count as Netflix. Yeah. If they're in the mines, you're going to lose half your viewership. Brother, what do you think? Half of my viewership already watches me at work. This is the other children half that would also be at work watching. Junior Turtle, thank you for the 5 get the subs. And the 5G vaccine for QAnon teens, thank you for the 5 get the subs. Yeah, there's hella people in this chat that are currently at work, making it seem like they're actually working super hard while they simultaneously are listening to me. They have one fucking headphone in, okay? The moment that their stupid fucking manager walks past them, they immediately fucking quick Alt-Tab, Excel, plugging numbers, dude. Plugging fucking numbers. Meanwhile, that's an 8.97 out of 10. A brilliant, bold, beautiful, daring ad break segue. Thank you for that wonderful rating. Okay. Boss makes $1, you make a dime. That's why you watch the HasanAbi broadcast on the company time. I fucked that up a little bit. Okay, delivery was not the best. All right, let's finish off this. Ben Shapiro saying, "I'm not mad, but I'm actually technically kind of mad about the women." The fucking women chocolate.
How's that going
M&Ms.
for you? Amazing. But at least you feel represented. That's the important thing. Honestly, I'm mostly just happy because if it's an all-female M&M, I assume that it costs 77 cents on the dollar of what the regular M&Ms would cost, right? That's how this works. Also, Do not ask the female M&Ms for directions. It's just not going to go particularly well. The corporate America, man, filled with morons. But until there are alternatives, this is what we're going to have to suffer with. So I suppose we're going to have to launch Jeremy's Candy or something to fight with the woke corporate American infrastructure.
Yeah, he's doing it, dude. I mean, doesn't this betray how, like, doesn't this betray the seriousness of why you started your fucking anti-woke corporation? Basically, like, for two reasons. One, explaining that, like, it's all bullshit anyway, okay? And two, saying that it's just, like, a reactionary thing that is just dumb and stupid. It's so dumb. Anwar Kamalov, thank you for the 5, get the subs. Also, there is no tangible policy position that you can associate with fuckable chocolate, okay? How? How are you going to cut legislation? What's going to happen, dude, is my king, what's his face? The Louisiana's very own. Is he going to come on and be like, listen, I want to, what the fuck was his name? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name now. Holy shit. God damn it. Clay Higgins. Thank you. Clay Higgins posed this matter of utmost importance to the House floor. Those unfaithful Jebediahs in the Senate have feared for far too long that good bills like this would come out of the House of Representatives. And I believe today is the day we talk about fuckable candy. That's right. Who has not wanted to stick their dick inside of a peep after microwaving them and making them much larger? I, Clay Higgins, am but a man who has stared into the woke sky of the non-binary libtards that have built a future with unfuckable candy. These candies need to be fuckable. That's why we're talking about this new bill.
Structure so stupid. And the way this works is that if I make jokes about this on the show, if I talk about this, then the entire left-wing media infrastructure, he's joking about M&Ms. Why is he joking about it? Can't he? Why is he taking it so seriously? Why is he? What? No. He can't pay attention. Why is he making a big deal out of this? Face tattoo syndrome. It's a real thing. As I've explained before on the program, face tattoo syndrome is where you walk into Starbucks and there's some weird guy with a face tattoo. And you're looking at his face tattoo because it's weird. Because he has a big tattoo on his face. And he's like, what are you looking at? Like, your face tattoo.
Dude, what did you fantasize about this, Ben? Is this something that you fantasized about? Like, I don't get it. Dude, this is like 90s era. This is like early 2000s era conservatism. Like, oh my God, people have face tattoos. Like, who gives a fuck, bro? That's like never happened. You just made that story up.
Tattoo. That's what I'm looking at. Because you're begging for attention. Because you put a tattoo on your face. And that's what all these corporations are doing.
Okay, so the entire point of this was that, you know, M&Ms are doing this to just like own conservatives, which is inherently a reactionary proposition. Okay, so Ben is like taking the bait, I guess, hook, line, and sinker, while admitting that he's taking the bait, while also saying it's good to take the bait. He just covered all angles of the story.
They're woke signaling. And then when you notice the woke signal, they're like, why are you noticing that we're woke signaling? What's wrong with you? Why are you even caring? Why do you even care? Huh? You should care more. But you shouldn't care. Well, again, as I say, the important thing is that you feel represented by your M&Ms. This is it. You don't have anything else to represent you, you know, like family or a community, but you do have a corporate brand seeking to take money out of your pocket to make you fat and giving you colorful M&Ms that represent female characters in the process.
Commodity purchases are one of the most important cultural signifiers, okay? That's it. It's the only important cultural signifier in the United States of America. You have no sense of community. You feel alienation from your labor. You feel isolated from your peers, okay? So that's the only thing remaining, which is what all the conservatives do as well. If anything, like the Jerry's Razor or whatever the fuck that Ben Shapiro is trying to do is basically trying to bank on that and try to sell you the right-wing version of all these other supposedly left-wing products. But ultimately, it's still a fucking candy. And nothing will change that, okay? It's just candy, man. Just like Yeti coolers, Black Rifle coffee, like none of this shit matters. Ultimately, you just got to make a good product. That's it. Okay? No one thinks that this is like good representation, I don't think. Check out the Eminem website. It's about supporting female artists and it's super harmless. I think people lose sight of how much this is bullshit. Just marketing departments coming up with a shitty way to justify their own existence. Who the fuck needs to see ad about M&Ms? We all know where we stand on M&Ms. I mean, it's just like, I don't know.